minding you. So let's return. Okay. So you don't need this it because an easygoing person is already the subject. This
Yes.
can here is correct, although you don't have the subject near here. It's correct because it's implicit that you is the subject. This does not
Okay.
have to go in the past because you're talking about a present situation. For example, when my father worked in a big company, comma, he had some
Mm.
health problems. But I think he won the illness because he had good and comprehensive coworkers, and every day they used to incentive him. But I think he to go over. He went over the illness. To go over, sweetie, is to improve from a disease.
Mm.
Win is when we talk about a competition. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Every day, what's the problem? It's correct. What's the problem? What's word saying here?
The comma?
Covers an every day. Okay. It's okay. And every day they use to incentive him. It's not every day. No, it's not necessary. Secondly, I believe that a good humor person can change the climate in the job. It's not wrong. It's more common environment.
I put environment and after I change it.
No way! It's more common. It's not wrong to say climate. I just never heard this in the job, you know? It is
but
so go on.
it's a word that I think I use on the composition. O ambiente,
Yeah.
o clima.
Yeah. It's so important to work with people that talk about positive things. Sometimes they laugh or give a smile to you. I had an excellent job in my last job. He was very sick, but before he died, comma, this is me. He used to play with us, or he used to say positive words every morning. Helped me a lot to overcome my family's. Okay, you don't need the S. Do you know why?
Because the ending that with S.
Yes, and it's a plural now.
Mm.
Do you know when it ends in S and you don't use, and you use apostrophe S?
No.
Let me show you then. Oh, sorry. It's going to be very quick this one, but let me just finish here. I miss him so much after this happened. I left my job. Okay. Thirdly, I like to work with intelligent people. Yes, you need a comma. But they should like to teach us something new. When I work with this kind of people, when I work with, okay. When I work with this kind of, okay,
Okay.
I always learn some new activities. Besides that, when we need to solve some complex problem, what's the problem with this word?
Not E?
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
Complex problems. They are so fast to think some solution. In my recent job, actually the most people that work there are not intelligent in my opinion. But they are a department that these people like to work hard and learn more and more. Like to change and work with them one day. Okay. In my recent job, you actually doesn't fit here, sweetie.
Doesn't what?
Doesn't fit here.
Why?
Do you understand actually? Okay, let me explain to you.
Não é na verdade?
Yeah! Yes. No meu trabalho, para falar a verdade, a maior parte das pessoas que trabalham lá não são inteligentes. Okay, yes, I will consider. I'll consider. But remember, you have the most part of the people, or most of the people. Okay?
Ok.
Yeah.
Hum.
The most part of the people that work there are not intelligent, in my opinion. But a department is just one, right? So
Isso.
there is. There is a department that better than that where,
Mm.
because department is a place that these people like to work hard and learn more. We got excellent, excellent. So, sweetie, the common case is when you have a name or a noun, you add apostrophe s. For example, my dog, my dog's ball. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we have plural nouns ending in s, you just add the apostrophe. For example, these are my friends' families. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when names ending in s, you add common case. This is James's car. That's the only case you use s apostrophe s. Okay,
It's
and then
a name.
yes, in the pronunciation you add is. Okay, you add is. For example, James's James's
Okay.
car. Okay,
James's car. Oh, interesting. Okay.
do you have any questions then?
No, and you saw that I wrote more?
Yes, congratulations. Let me see how many
Mhm.
words. Around 320, because I wrote some here, or 310. Nice. Good job. Good job. Good job. Okay, I'm going to correct the other, then I send it all to you. Here.
But the others, I think, is less than
Let's see.
less word.
Terrible. No, I'm just joking. If you can write a little more, if you can write a little more, it's a great.
Okay.
And in general, so people live longer. Nowadays, people are living in different places. These things are changing because some people prefer to take a slow life, and for them, it is better living longer. Ah, sweetie. To live longer is to die later.
Ah,
Okay?
really?
Yes. We're
Então eu
putting
errei
here.
tudo.
No problem. Let's put it. I'm going to correct your essay even so. In my opinion, people are living longer now because the cities grew up so fast, and in general, it is more expensive to live near downtown. You don't need the.
Hum.
That is the point some families prefer to live. That is the point why some families prefer to live long. Okay. Now consider that every time it's longer you use the s far from cities, from the city, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So every time there is longer, consider that you're talking about this.
But can be?
Longer, no, doesn't fit.
Hum.
Yeah. They prefer to buy a house longer than to live in a small and noisy apartment. My experience was good when I chose to live. Funny, we don't use in downtown. Let me check because maybe I am wrong. Why? No, we can't. Okay.
Hum.
Very good. Wow, do they list any other word?
Hum. O article, no preposition.
No, just downtown and home. Oh my God, this is so cool. These are just two. Okay, so this is an extreme exception in English grammar. Yes, extreme exception. Let me put it
Hum.
down here. Wow, I didn't know this, or I didn't remember this. So before words like home, home I remembered, and downtown, we don't use articles or prepositions. Last has this thing too. In the last, no, we use the article. In last week, no, okay. Because there was much pollution in the air and streets at night were very noisy. Second, living longer can be more secure, not security. Because pode ser mais seguro. It's an adjective. E segurança pode ser mais segurança. It doesn't make sense, okay? Use private condominiums, for example, or just condo, okay?
Condo? Only condo?
Yes, or condos, because it's faster, right? Not condos. Ah, no, condos, yes. Condom. Yes, never this. Okay, this here is preservative.
Ah, é?
Completely different. Yes, 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 yes. I have always chosen to live in condominiums because I feel double E. Very well with the private security. I was very nervous, but no more. My daughters can play every day in front of our house, and there isn't any problem. Never in my ears. My brother and sister agreed. Okay. Early years. What do you mean?
Because I saw in the text, like em anos anteriores.
Ah, maybe I don't know this expression. Let me check.
I saw in a text, on reading text in the TOEFL.
Yes, this is how I know in the early years. For example, in the early years of my teenage, I was a rock and roll guy, you know? So I think it doesn't fit in exactly this place. My suggestion would be some years ago.
Okay.
Okay? Third, you can spend your days near the nature. Fresh air, trees, fall, and better way of life. For me, it is so important to walk around in nature every evening. I left my office when I arrived. I leave. Okay, as you're talking about something that you do, you use the present. I leave my office, not left. Okay? Yeah, my office when I arrive home. Ah, excellent, excellent, nice, nice. Keep on practicing, Anna. Keep on practicing. Every composition you improve a little more.
But in this case, because I understood different what they want.
Yes.
And I lost this? Completely lost?
Unfortunately, they give you a 0.
Lost.
Yeah, but don't worry, sweetie. You know, it's all about practice. You know a little more today than yesterday, but just to know that live longer is to live more years. Okay?
Okay.
There you are, there you are. So today, Anna, do you have pencil and paper with you?
Yes.
Nice. Ah, my pencil is here. We're going to go to practice student speaking. Listen, please.
Number 1. In this question, you will be asked to talk about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to prepare a response and 45 seconds to record the response. What kind of reading material, such as novels, magazines, or poetry, do you most like to read in your free time? Explain why you find this kind of reading material interesting.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
In my free time, I like so much to reading materials like magazines. And I like to read the architecture magazine because I love to see how to build the houses and their decorations there. And because my dream is to build a big house for me and my family. And I like so much to choose the spaces and the colors and all of things to put inside my house. So I love to buy and read some magazine with architecture.
Excellent.
Ai, tô
Very
tremendo.
good. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Let's keep up.
Number 2. In this question, you will be asked to talk about a familiar topic. After you hear the question, you will have 15 seconds to prepare a response and 45 seconds to record the response. Some students would prefer to live with roommates. Others would prefer to live alone. Which option would you prefer, and why?
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
In my opinion, I prefer to live alone. First of all, because I like to do my things in my time, inside my time that I choose. For example, on Saturdays, I would like to wash my clothes and the kitchen. And secondly, because I can choose my schedule and my home. I like so much with silence to study and to take a rest. So I think it's better than I live with roommates because other people can make more noisy than when I stay alone. So I think it's the best idea for me.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Very good. Okay.
I am nervous. I'm so nervous.
There, you were doing very well in the first question. Come on, number 3.
Number 3. In this question, you will read a short passage, listen to a talk, and answer a question about them. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare a response and 60 seconds to record the response.
Nice.
Read the article from the university newspaper about the plan to build new student housing. You will have 50 seconds to read the article. Begin reading now. Now listen to two students discussing the article.
I can't believe these plans. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Really? Seemed okay to me, especially the argument about the cars.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, it doesn't matter where students live, because they still have to get to class somehow, right? At least if they built new dorms on campus, students would use campus transportation.
Instead of their cars. I see what you're getting at. If they live off campus, they're still going to have to drive and park on campus. Might even create more traffic.
Exactly.
Okay. Still, though, the point about students interacting more with people in the community, that doesn't seem to be a bad thing, does it?
But the more time spent off campus, in town, the less time spent on campus. What about all the clubs, shows, discussions, all the campus happenings that just kind of happen? It's important to be on campus to really take advantage of these things. Having a different living experience shouldn't be given up at the expense of not being as much a part of the university community.
The woman expresses her opinion of the university's plan. State her opinion and explain the reason she gives for holding that opinion.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
The university has a plan to build new apartments for the students. Uh, the woman disagree, and for her doesn't make sense. First of all, because it's there will be more traffic, and because there will not be another parkman. And secondly, because the students can spend more time on the campus, uh, and it's not so good for them. So, for example, when will happen shows, concerts, etc., it will not so good for the students. So there is these problems in her opinion.
Ok.
Ah, eu fiquei muito nervosa nesse.
Anna, the first reason is correct. To increase the traffic, there will no be other parking, and the students will have to go by car because they can't walk. This you didn't mention. But the second, sweetie, is because they would spend less time on campus.
Ah, last time.
Yes, not more time. They would lose the shows, the concerts, the clubs, all the happenings in campus. Okay, so not more, less. Okay? And
Ok.
watch out with this word. Check it out. With this, not word, with this structure. Check it out. What's the problem with this sentence?
Verb.
Yeah. What should you say?
It won't be so good.
Yes. Just missing the B. Okay?
Okay.
Let's keep up. Listen up.
Number 4. In this question, you will read a short passage, listen to a talk, and answer a question about them. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare a response and 60 seconds to record the response. Now read the passage about a topic in psychology. You will have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now listen to part of a lecture in a psychology class.
So we encounter this in life all the time, but many of us are unaware that we do this, even psychologists who study it, like me. For example, the other day I was at the store and I was getting in line to buy something. But just before I was actually in line, some guy comes out of nowhere and cuts right in front of me. Well, I was really annoyed and thought, that was rude. I assumed he was just a selfish, inconsiderate person, when in fact I had no idea why he cut in line in front of me, or whether he even realized he was doing it. Maybe he didn't think I was actually in line yet. But my immediate reaction was to assume he was a selfish or rude person. Okay, so a few days after that, I was at the store again, only this time I was in a real hurry. I was late for an important meeting, and I was frustrated that everything was taking so long. And what's worse, all the checkout lines were long, and it seemed like everyone was moving so slowly. But then I saw a slightly shorter line. But some woman with a lot of stuff to buy was walking toward it, so I basically ran to get there first before her. And, well, I did. Now, I didn't think of myself as a bad or rude person for doing this. I had an important meeting to get to. I was in a hurry, so, I had done nothing wrong.
Quem nunca? Okay.
Explain how the two examples discussed by the professor illustrate differences in the ways people explain behavior.
Begin to prepare your response after the beep. Begin speaking after the beep.
According to the text, there are different behaviors with the people in each situation, and sometimes we are focused on the person rather than on situation. The professor gives two examples about this situation, and he says that is very common to happen, and even with the psychology student. For example, when you stay on the line in the store and you wanted to buy something, and some people and stay on in front of you and doesn't wait the line. But sometimes you can do something, and he said because he was very hurry because he was a meeting. Ai, não deu tempo.
Okay, sweetie, cut off. Cut off is when you cut off is to do this.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Write
didn't
it
know
down.
the right cut
Yes.
off.
We're going to do this again. Because it was clear that you knew the answer, but you didn't know the word
Yes.
you wanted to use. Okay? 60 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
According to the text, there are different behavior, and sometimes we focus on the person rather than the situation. The professor gives an example when it's common to happen with all of them, even with the psychology student. He said about an example with him when he want to buy something and he stayed in the line, but people cut off the line, and he thought that that person is so selfish or a rude person. But he said another day he was in a hurry because he was a meeting, And he did the same thing. He cut off the line too. So he explained this it can happen this situation.
It improved very much the answer. Very much. My suggestion, Aninha de mi corazón, is
And
go straight to the point. Go straight to the point. Go straight to the point. For example, let me take your arguments to make the answer. According to the text, our behavior depends on situation and on the person, and sometimes we focus in one or in the other. The professor gives two examples about this. One day he was in a store, and when he wanted to pay, he was in line. He was going to the line, but another person cut off before him, in front of him. So he thought the person was very selfish and arrogant. He focused on the person. But the same situation happened to him another day. He wanted to go in line, and the line was very long. He was very much in a hurry, and he saw another person coming to the line with a lot of products. So he cut off in front of the other person, and he didn't think himself as selfish. He understood he did nothing wrong. Because he understood he was in a hurry, he focused on the situation and didn't think of himself as a bad person. Rapaz, this is a very difficult answer. Yes, to explain it's so hard, isn't it?
yes,
Yes, but my suggestion is go straight to the topic, because you said, for example, and he gave his example about a situation that happens to everybody, even to psychologists. It's okay to say this kind of thing, but it took away from you 8 seconds. And you could explain a little more the second situation. Got it? Ana. Ai, ai, ai.